Alright, we're off and running, I guess. On mid-drive. This is my Lectric XPremium. I forget how spunky this thing shifts because it's got a cutoff on the motor. I also forgot how wobbly the front end is on this thing. So one big downfall on these in-tube battery bikes is the step-throughs are really wobbly in the front. Got that problem with the Magicycle Deer too. Not as bad as this one. This one's definitely got some wobble issues. So this one here, not sure what it is. 52 tooth. This is the factory crank on this one. So we're in for a little bit slower ride. I'm running a bunch of batteries today, so we got plenty of batteries. This one has a smaller battery in the tube. I got I think it's a 10 amp hour battery. That's what they came with. And then there's an auxiliary battery. That comes with the bike. It's a 2-battery bike from Lectric. The other one is, I think it came again with a 10, but I upped it to a 14 amp hour battery. And we're running 228/8 on top of that too. So we got some amp hours on this bike. But I tend to run this one up a little bit more because it is a mid-drive, so I like that, you know, I like working at it. But I still like to keep moving. But we're going on a rail trail. That's why I like this bike. Mid-drives are very responsive. You pedal, it goes. You don't pedal, it don't go. So it doesn't have that hub motor hang in there for a minute. And you don't want that when you're out on a trail. You get a root or a rock or something. You want to be able to stop. This one here, I don't know if you can hear it. It's probably got some growly tires on it. So it's a little weird feeling. I just shifted down and the motor cuts out. It does that on purpose because these bikes, the chain and the sprocket and the freewheel on it take a lot of stress because everything goes through the chain because your mid-drive is your crank. It's, I don't know, how warm is it today? Don't know. Again, got the gloves on, can't run my phone, and I don't know where we are. We're on GoPro app here. So this one got front suspension, no rear suspension on it though. Like I said, it's got kind of a gimpy front end in this thing because of the battery on this thing. It's a well-known fact that these things are gimpy in the front. So I'm gonna get some exercise today because you pedal a lot more, that's for sure. The rail trail's coming up here, so at some point I gotta get over to the other side, but this is exactly where I was when I got yelled at by a lady for being on the wrong side of the road because I had jumped over to the other side to get on the rail trail, and she actually stopped this car and started screaming at me. Out and running. Believe me, when we get away from the city, you won't find anybody on a trail. I see a couple of e-bikers out here sometimes. A little wet out here, it looks like. Well, because it freezes at night now. I got nice knobby 4-inch tires on this thing, so yeah, I don't know how far we're gonna make it down this trail because we'll run out of daylight at some point, and I don't want to be stuck out here in the dark, let's put it that way. I don't mind being on the road in the dark, but rail trail may be a whole different experience, especially when we have quite a bit of homeless people in this area, and they try to keep them off these trails and stuff, but they're out here. There's a street that we're going under. There's a couple of places that I'm probably going to walk through the tunnels because they're so damn low. I've knocked my helmet on them before, and just a real pain in the neck. They actually go under a highway, and they're just kind of covens that they put in there. I'm coming up on a bunch of people now. So this is that street that I go down all the time. I tell you guys, this is the rail trail. You know, not that I don't shift all the time. You got to remember on this thing, you've got to shift. How you doing? Everybody out here enjoying the somewhat warmer weather. We got a biker coming down now. I'm guessing not an e-bike. We'll see. A couple of them. It's going. How you doing? How you doing? So I got my heated vest on, and I'm almost too hot. And I've got it on the lowest setting right now. Considering, well, I actually got a new jacket. I know it's similar to the one I had, but the one I had, it was a work jacket. This is a winter jacket compared to that biking coat that I had. Like I said, that one, said it was a winter coat, but it was no winter coat. And these coats work out really well for me, and I figured, hey, it's reflective and bright. I'm going to get a brand new one, so brand new one. This one's only going to get used for the bike. So this is where we came out one time, and I said the reservoir was there and the rotary's over there, so this time we'll continue on. So the nice thing about this bike is I got big pedals on this thing, so it's very comfortable on the feet. I actually should buy some more of these pedals. I like them a lot. I bought them because they were blue and they went with the bike, so I'll pull over somewhere so you can take a peek at this thing. So I like to, you know, do shout outs to different people. So this bike is rocking the David brand new folding BMX bars on it. So shout out to David brand new. If you want folding bars, how you doing? If you want folding bars, you definitely want to get the David brand new ones. If you don't want folding bars, you can just get BMX bars and put them on and get rid of the folding part of it. But this bike here is the bike that I travel with. I take my wife's Lectric XP 3.0. We actually don't fold them, but I fold them. Okay, if we go somewhere, I've got a rack on the back of the car, so I put them on the rack, and we travel to where we're going, and then I'll take the bikes for the night and I'll fold them up and I'll put them in the car because I don't want them stolen. So that's why I wanted the foldability on them. So I knew she knew I was coming, but I gave her a little bell anyways. Like I said, I like the bell. Just, you know, just give them a little bit of a bell. It's just enough for them to hear, but it's not, you know, get the heck out of my way type sound. So this is a boat launch, and I'm sure this is closed, but yeah, see, you know, I go through there real slow, pedaling, no jerking of the bike. So that's the big difference in these mid drives, and they're great for trails, but they're not for everybody, you know. And I don't want to ride on a road with a mid drive. Too slow for me. And you know, there's different theories on it. You got gears on this thing so you can go faster than a hub motor supposedly, but you're the one going to be pedaling, that's for sure. How you doing? Good. Like I said, we're going to at a point here get away from all these people, I'm sure. How you doing?
Hi, Big Daddy.
How you doing? So yeah, I got the battery packs on the back today. They're in the basket. Like I said, I'll show you at some point. I almost suspect I had gone on this ride before, and you know, it gets pretty rough up ahead, and the batteries took a beating, and I almost wonder if that's what killed one of those batteries. But company was great about it. They replaced the battery. A little strange on what they wanted you to do, but like I said, the trail degrades a little bit as you get going here. But you know, like I said, I came on this bike because it's a good trail bike. You can control the speed from 0 to whatever you want to do, which is great. When you're on a hub drive, it's kind of like an on-off switch a little bit. So if you want to do 12 miles an hour, you basically set it for the pass that will do 12 miles an hour, and just try to pedal above it if you want to get some exercise. That's what I normally do. How you doing? I gotta say one thing. People are saying hi back today. Don't always get that. But I guess us guys that are out here right now are the diehards, so not the hey, let's go for a walk people. So we got enough here on this bike that if we have you know, flat or whatever, we can repair all that stuff. Last time I went down this trail, I started losing my my kickstand. It was a center kickstand on my cargo bike, and I don't know, it had a big giant Allen wrench that I didn't have one big enough, so I ended up bungee cording the thing up and limped it home. Gotta keep looking at these cameras, make sure I'm still on here, because this one here, I've actually had to put a bungee cord around the I have a bar extension on this thing, and it's not one of my better ones, let's put it that way. So it loosens up easy. It's got all kinds of rubber things on it. It's just not a good one. Like I said, I don't use this bike that often, so I only keep it for trail riding, which I hardly ever do, and you know, for going away with my wife. So I realized today my DJI cameras, I only have 2 batteries for it, and to run my mic on this thing, it takes the port up, and I couldn't run a battery pack on it. Today the GoPro is going to go forever because I got a battery pack on that, but we've only got 3 hours worth of battery for the DJI cameras. DJI, there we go again. A little ice on these waterways, not much, but they're there. So we're pedaling along here at 11 miles an hour, which is, you know, like I said, you're hopping around and everything, so don't want to go too fast on dirt trails. I know that when I did the whole trail, when I was coming back on a cargo bike, I had it up there. I mean, anytime I came across somebody, I slowed it right down, but you know, you get out there for 4 hours, and at one point you go, all right, I want to go home. How you doing? Now, there's some acoustic bikers that don't say how you doing back. So acoustic bikers, I know Russ is right, hates that word, but you know, you got electric guitars and you got acoustic guitars. So electric bikes are acoustic bikes. I don't know who named them that, but that's what they call them. Actually, pretty warm right now, like I said. Totally warm. I don't know what the temperature is. I've got to get the stupid... Every time you start the GoPro, it makes you start your cell phone up. How you doing? It wants to connect. See, this tunnel's low, but this one's not the lowest tunnel. I will probably just turn my light on. See, now this one here, I go nice and slow through here. But this is the better tunnel. Like I said, there's another one that's even lower than this one. So we're through that. Like I said, the trail starts degrading as the further you get out. So we're out of the city now, I believe. Got a road we're coming up on here. We got a little body of water to the left. Got a little bit of ice on it. Oh yeah, this has got a dam here, I remember this. Usually in the summer there's kids fishing on this bridge. There's another pond up further that they have like it's like a swimming hole. Go by there in the summer, there's a million people in it. When we get some snow, these trails will be occupied by snowmobiles. They'll open these gates up. So it kind of kills the e-bike thing. So I mean, you can e-bike it if you want, but you got snowmobiles, you know. I mean, honestly, they're not supposed to be over 35 miles an hour, I think. But they'll be out here doing 50, 70 miles an hour. We're gonna come up on a sign. It's one point, and it'll go like another 35 miles north or something. Then we got more water, more ice. Actually, there for a little bit, I was realizing it was starting to get cooler. But we're good in all this this stuff here. Subscribers, you know, a little bit slower than they were earlier because kind of out of e-bike season. Saw Russ's right the other day. He finally get out for a ride. But he's also retired, so you know, goes up to 55 during the day. You can take advantage of it. Every time it goes to 55 during the day, I'm at work. And right now it's 47, so that's not too bad. Here's a sign. Okay, we're coming up on this sign, and there's a trail coming up here, and this thing will go all the way up if you know New Hampshire at all. Oh, they got Suncook, and it goes right up into Laconia and stuff, so. I have not ventured that way yet. Much more, the trail is very, if you can see it, I'm trying to show it to you. Much more rustic. I definitely want to do it. Definitely is a mid-drive bike trail for sure. And obviously, you know, it's New Hampshire, so you're going to be dealing with hills and stuff. When you get these rail trails, you know, they plotted these things out years ago so that the trains had that when they laid them out, they looked at the environment and laid them out to the best of their ability to lessen the hills. So I can feel my wrist shaking. I have a Apple Watch on, and so if I'm on the e-bike, the normal one, it doesn't think I'm cycling. I can tell by the way this thing's buzzing my wrist and nothing's coming up on my iPhone that it knows I'm on a bike. For whatever reason, when I'm on this one, it knows I'm on a bike, and it goes into cycling mode. When I'm on my other one, it doesn't think I'm cycling, which is kind of weird. Doing the same thing, moving my feet. You guys know I move my feet constantly, so this is a 20-inch bike too, so you got to pedal a little bit harder just because it's 20-inch wheels. I don't know, the gearing is definitely different because between 26 and the 20, but maybe it pedals easier, smaller tires, who knows. Like I said, you got to pedal harder on this one anyways because it's mid-drive, and mid-drives match your well, it's torque sensor on this bike. I thought all mid-drives are torque sensor, but then I found out that wasn't true, so. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know, anybody starting out on an e-bike, I don't suggest you start with a mid-drive, unless you really, you know that's what you want, because, I don't know, you're buying a mid-drive bike, it's definitely assisting you and everything, but it's kind of like riding a regular bike too. So just consider that. If you want to be a little bit more lazier, get a hub drive. I mean, these things, it's, you know, you just knock the pedal assist up and you'll be all right. So right now I've got it, I'm cruising at about 15 miles an hour. It's 14 point something. And I got the pedal assist knocked up there, so. But, you know, I want to put some mileage on here a little bit. I mean, if I could hit the end of this trail, I'm good with that. But I don't know. We're gonna run out of daylights, you know. So I should have checked to see what time sundown was. I still can do that, but I don't want to stop and do it right now. Here's some people walking, so they must live up here somewhere. Last time I was on this trail, I ran into a golf cart. You see golf carts in Florida, you don't see them too much up here. The guy was booking along the trail in a golf cart, though. How you doing?
How are you?
Good. So yeah, after a rough start this morning when I took, well, this afternoon when I took off, just takes so long to get the cameras ready. I mean, even during the summer, it takes so long to get the cameras ready and get out on a bike. But, you know, this one here, I had to load the battery pack on this bike and get the cameras all ready. And, oh, here comes our great little tunnel that we got to go under the highway up here. This thing I've gone through a couple of times now, and like I said, I hate it. No, I'm gonna stand up to make it up this hill this time. All right, see, this is rough. So I think I'll just walk it through. The highway's over us. I don't know if you can see the ceiling here, but Dan at Eahbike Nation, he went to a tunnel, and I had said to him it looked narrow and that I did a tunnel. It was real low. This is the one, Dan. All right, back up and running. I don't know what they were thinking, honestly, when they did that. Probably figured good enough. Highway's been in there since the 70s. Did they really care about bikers and stuff in the 70s? Probably not. Nowadays it'd be probably laws that says it has to be 10 feet tall or something. Who knows? So this is Candia, New Hampshire. I used to live in this town. Every time I say I moved from the country to the city, this is where I was talking about. Last time I came, well, not the last time I came to Candia, but I did come to Candia once. I was on this bike and I rode by my old house and stuff. I jumped off of this trail and headed up the onto the road. Like I said, this is not my favorite bike to be on the road with. These bikes here, these Lectric premiums, you either love them or you hate them. Not everybody loves them. Big giant stop sign here. Oh, you know why? It's the town garage. Oh, DOT, state garage. Here's another tunnel. So just climbing up these things to get to this thing is interesting. The last one I was out of breath. So I gotta stand up, I pedal this thing. Oh, this one's pretty damn low too, so. What do you think, guys? Ride it? Nah, I ain't riding it. I'm an old wussy. So you can't stand in this thing, I can tell you that. I am bent over right now, and that's my helmet hitting when I try to stand up. Yeah, nice big hills when you come out anyways. Yeah, we'll probably go out as far as the DJI camera. It craps out, we'll turn around. That way there I got another battery, and we'll have enough battery to make it home. Like I said, it starts to get you know, less and less people when you go out on this trail, and the trail degrades a little bit. So one bad thing about the rail trail is not a lot of sun out here. Not a lot of sun today anyways. But they said it was going to be cloudy all day, and you know what? The sun's out, so I'm happy. I just realized I didn't take, you normally take a couple of ibuprofen before I go on these rides. My neck will hurt, and it's hurting a little bit. This bike, I've made the handlebars come back quite a bit, but I still lean forward a little bit. Us old guys, we don't like to lean forward. You know, they put these, not these particular bikes, but you do have to lean really forward on these electric bikes for the most part. But they build some of these 26-inch bikes where you had to really lean forward, and I don't know, you know, I think the bike companies really think that people are going to get out and use these bikes like mountain bikes, and you know, I think there's only a few of us that are going to do that. I mean, I look at my my analytics on on YouTube, and my majority group is over 65 years old, so I'm not even 65 yet, and that's who's watching me. And the next group is I think it's 55 to 65, so. You see the road is all dug up here. That's from the sleds going across it in the winter. Like I said, you know, in the winter time, these roads are, well, trails are not the place to be on a bike. I got my all-wheel drive bike though. I might try to get up there on that. That bike will maintain 30 miles an hour without a problem. It's got a 1,000-watt motor on the front, a 1,500-watt motor on the back, and that thing just likes to go 30 miles an hour. I mean, I try to drive it slow and it wants to go 30, so it's a fun bike. I don't use it hardly at all. I built it for something to do. I wanted to do it. Kind of thought I'd use it a lot more, but I don't. I should. Maybe next year. So I know I don't think I'm anywhere near it yet, but I get to one point where rock formations are absolutely incredible. And this is a giant swampy bog here. I don't know. I don't see any moose. I can tell you, living in Candia, there's a lot of moose running through my backyard. I never physically saw one up close. I had deer in my front yard all the time. I mean, at any given time, I could look out and there'd be 3 deer eating my grass. So, as I said, it gets rougher and rougher. I remember coming down here the last time thinking, wow, back when they built these tracks, and I don't know when the hell they were laid down, but, you know, cutting through this rock couldn't have been fun. I mean, I'm thinking that these tracks had to be here in, I don't know, the 30s or something. I don't know. They're almost at 10.5 miles out now. And there was probably 3 miles getting to the trail. So, still have a lot of trail to go if we were going to go all the way to the end. Which I can tell you, it's 2:11 now. It ain't going to happen today. I had it in the back of my mind I wanted to, but I wanted to get out there earlier, and that didn't happen. Ain't enough hours in the day. I can see where a horse has been down here. How you doing? You know, I don't know. I was gonna say, I wouldn't want my wife out here walking by herself. My buddy down in Louisiana there, Rip One Outdoors, he was on a trail one day and I was like, wow, this guy's out in the boonies. And I'm thinking, if I was him, I would not be just driving around out there without protection on me, let's put it that way. So, like I said, there's a lot of homeless people, not out here so much, they're in the city. They're not stupid, they go where the money is. Yeah, we have a big problem up here with the homeless. Manchester alone, the other towns will put them in the cruiser if they have a homeless person, and they'll drive them to Manchester and let them off. How you doing? And yeah, Manchester doesn't really like that because you know, we're responsible for our homeless, and we try to give them shelter and we try to feed them, and they give them porta potties and they have doctors look at them, and you know, that's pretty much any service they need. Manchester will supply them, and you know, they want to build a city for them, for crying out loud. I don't know how I feel about that. So this is where they're all during the summer. They're out here and they're swimming. So you can't swim out there today as there's ice. And here I go again. I stopped in the wrong gear. So maybe, you know, a pretty nice looking place here. If I could get over there, I'll walk around this bike so you guys can see it. I don't think there is a place to get through this wall, but we'll find out. Well, this is pretty interesting. It says Emerson Mill and Patton Mill sites. And there's a saw blade, so I'm assuming it was for cutting wood. The interesting thing I found out about this bike, and because I saw it on Facebook, they were asking about these electric bikes and did they have a brake light. And somebody said nope, only on the XPremium. And I went, I got an XPremium, doesn't have a brake light. Guess what? I got a brake light. I didn't even know that. So Rip, I'm always watching you, Rip One Outdoors, go around these places, and it's very interesting. This is quite an interesting little place here. I don't know what it is. It's pretty. Here's the Abbott Falls. And this is in Candia, New Hampshire. Didn't even know this existed.